Happy Friday, everybody. I hope you had a great week. Today is August 25th, 2023, and this is your Friday planning video. I want to hit on a few back-to-school items, specifically those who are going off to college, maybe a different state, or even a different country. You know how I love my lists. Here are 6 important documents to complete before you ship them off to school. If you've already shipped them off, think about doing this sometime soon. To be clear, I do not give legal advice, and these items may not be necessary for everyone. This is just a list that I found in a recent Wall Street Journal article that I wanted to share with you. Once your child turns 18 in most states, the access that you always had to medical and financial and even school records can be limited. This is why some of these documents may be helpful. So first, let's talk about medical records. If any of you have been to a medical professional, say in the last 25 years, you know what the HIPAA law is. This is that Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. Now, even though the name doesn't imply it, this law set up a national standard to protect sensitive patient health information. This will be important for you. If you want to be able to call the health center and check on your child's medical care, so try a universal HIPAA release form. There are some places to find samples. The American Bar Association, for example, has some, but please consult your medical and legal professionals. I know this will not be such a surprise, but the time away from home may include a trip to the doctor or two, once or twice. So second is a healthcare power of attorney. Again, as you can imagine, please consult your legal counsel on this. Make sure it'll stand up in the state or country your child's in. Simply, this will allow you to make medical decisions for them, assuming that 18 does not make them independent enough to take that over also. Okay, next. This one I'll hit on quickly, but a living will. I've spoken about these in the overall estate planning, but please work with your attorney to be prepared if you need to make some of those difficult decisions. Okay, just a few more. Durable power of attorney for finances. So please check with your legal team, but this can also be state and country specific. But this will allow anything from paying off the credit card bill if you want to paying the rent on their behalf. You can probably do some of that without the paperwork, but to be able to truly act on their behalf, check with the lawyers, but powers of attorney may be helpful. Last 2, check and see if the health insurance at the school is better than keeping the student under your insurance. This will require access. Again, think powers of attorney and more. Finally, and this is one that I've not heard of until I read this, but it makes sense. FERPA, F-E-R-P-A. Like any good list, we need just one more acronym. Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act. If you want to be able to access grades and other school and education related items, this will be important. This may be able to be done online, but it differs from school to school, so check it out. This is our list for sending them out into the world for college. There's much more to do and many more things to put on the list like this. This is just a start. Last item to talk about today, about schools. Still, I've spoken about the student debt forgiveness a lot, and I think there will be another special video about the updated SAVE Act, but keep an eye out for that information. As I've been talking about, this is the school season, and with that comes things that we love, that loves to sprout with books and college sweatshirts. That's student loan scams. There's been so much going on in this area, as we've spoken about. It's so easy to get confused, and that's where scammers step in. Most of the rules are obvious ones, but let's go over a few of them, and then we'll head off into the weekend. First, the if it sounds too good to be true test. Then that's usually one. Let's just remember, even the president's plan to forgive $10,000 to $20,000 was struck down by the courts, and that was the real one. So just make sure it passes the smell test. If you're in doubt, check with someone else. Next, deadline approaching. Now, this one's hard. There are deadlines, but chances are you will not be getting this random call from someone who sounds like they're official 24 hours before a deadline. So if it is the, quote, act now or lose out, quote, close quote, take a step back and check that out. If all of that was not hard enough, artificial intelligence has just made it harder. AI can make you think you're talking to a real company, and they may even use a real company's name. It's time to take a step back, put on your common sense hat, and if necessary, get some additional help. Overall, there are some resources at www.studentaid.gov, the FTC, and even Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Unfortunately, there is so often someone waiting to prey on those that are vulnerable, so don't get caught there. Be careful, check, and double check. Finally, as we close out today, think financial literacy. This is what these planning videos are, of course, for, but there's much more. The resources are vast. You can start anywhere, but our new website is full of great information, www.randycohenihtwm.com. As your students go away to school, this is a good time for them to start to work on understanding finances. I do a lot of work at this level, students and parents alike. It's not too early to talk about what all this means. For now, I hope everyone's either ready to go or safely in their school location. If you are far from that, let's talk about saving for that. If you're past that, let's talk about saving for the next generation of student. Either way, this is a great time to think about planning, especially financial planning. Have a great weekend. Come back Monday for the Monday Market Update. Just a few August days left. We'll see you soon. Have a great weekend.